y'all, Krista here with Little Salty Homesteader, and today Otis and I are going to be working on that flower bed that I showed you in my August tour, the one that's full of the weeds and stuff. We're going to get all that cleaned out, we're going to get some compost put in, and get it ready to plant because the next week is going to be rainy, so we need to get this prepared and ready. Stay tuned! Alright, we got 99% of the weeds out. There's still some right here because there's ants right there, so I need to deal with that before I can pull that up. You'll see some weed and grass remnants. I am about to come through with one of those little handheld earth cultivators and just kind of disturb all the soil. It's clay underneath this top part, so what I'm wanting to do is kind of disturb that clay, so whenever I add the compost here, it sort of mixes in with that clay a little bit and starts to break that down and creates a healthier growing zone. So next up, I'm going to get the little cultivator, disturb all this, and then we'll spread out compost, and then I'm going to plant a couple of cover crops. I'm going to plant a couple of cover crops here right now. I'm going to create a little stepping stone right here until I can get the garlic and stuff, and then the mulch for the top. The cover crop will help protect the soil and also feed it nitrogen and stuff. Okay, I'm looking wonderful, but I got all that all cultivated, and now I'm going to put these bags of organic compost, these right here. These are made right here in North Texas, in Plano, and also in Melissa. This company is called Texas Pure, and I picked this up at Elliott's Hardware in Fairview. They have you can get it at some other retail shops, or you can go directly to the sites where they make it and pick it up there. You can get bags or you can get bulk. If you go there, it's $6 per cubic foot bag. I don't know how much it is for the bulk. I don't have a truck, so this was my option. But $6 for a bag of compost isn't that bad for me. So I'm going to put 5 bags into this bed here and get it all spread out, and then we're going to get some seeds in the ground to sort of get a ground cover going on here. And while I was cultivating, I was thinking about, I know it's still a little hot out, but I have lots of turnip seeds, and I have read that planting turnips is good for kind of breaking up hard clay soil. So I think I'm going to throw some turnip seeds in a few spots. Even if I can't eat those, they will help the overall soil health for whenever I am planting the stuff that I am going to eat. And if it happens to stay cool after this cool front that's coming in tonight, then we might actually be able to eat those turnips just fine. And we can eat the greens off of the top. So yeah, I'm going to spread out the compost, and then we'll talk about more of the seeds that I'm going to plant after that. Hey, real quick, before I spread this out, I wanted to show you guys how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh. It is rich and loose and fluffy, and I think it's gonna do amazing things in this bed here. So I'm gonna get it spread out really quick. I might have to add a 6th bag. If I do, I'll let you know, and then we're gonna get planted. Okay, so we got, I got all of the compost spread out. It did take a 6th bag, so this was 6 bags total. I know that there's some of the mulch showing through in some spots. That's okay. It'll help protect against erosion until I can get some other mulch on. And it will also break down and give organic matter to the soil, which we are trying to build up. So now that all that hard part is done, now we get to do the fun part, which is planting. Okay, so I have 2 types of turnips that I'm going to plant right here on this corner. This tends to be the shadiest spot, so I think that it will kind of help them from getting overheated, and I think that they'll do okay. This spot had fewer weeds than anywhere else in this bed, so I think that they'll be okay. I think we'll actually be able to eat them and harvest some of the greens as well as the bulbs, and then, you know, it's gonna help break up that clay. So the first turnip that I have is White Egg. It is from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. They have some really cool seeds. And then I just have your basic purple top globe turnip. And then for the rest, until it's time to plant garlic, I'm going to plant buckwheat. And it doesn't say, okay, so 6 to 8 weeks after this is planted, it's ready to harvest or cut down or whatever. I'll figure it out then. I'm gonna plant this. That will be just enough time for us to worry about the garlic. Wow, I have so many thoughts going through my brain, I couldn't remember that word. Okay, and then we're also going to plant crimson clover. The pollinators love this. It does provide a fantastic cover crop and also a super duper nitrogen source. So we're going to let this grow, we're gonna let it die, and let it feed the soil. Spring or fall in warmer areas. Okay. All right, mow when flowers appear. So I guess we'll just cut it down because I'm not putting the mower in this bed. It has the irrigation hose and stuff, and that's just calling for disaster. All right, so these 2, I'm just gonna kind of loosely scatter and then just kind of brush the soil over them gently. These, seed depth, 1/4 inch. Probably the same thing, so I'm just gonna kind of space them out far enough apart. How far apart? Every 4 to 6 inches. So I'll space these out, and then kind of lightly brush some soil over them, call it a day. I may water, or I might hold off and wait for the rain. I'll go ahead and water because then that will guarantee that it rains. So I'll kind of let the camera play for a little bit, record for a little bit while I do this so you can see how I'm gonna plant this stuff, and then we will catch back up. Okay, I think that that is adjusted. I'm gonna turn my music back on. Some motivator, got some 90s jams going on. We'll go ahead and get started with these turnips here. Extra seed, then to the desired space. Oh, these seeds are tiny. Okay. Super tiny. I'm just gonna kind of spread this out a little bit. I think the dog was over here sniffing. I see little paw prints. Okay. It's hard to see where I put them. All right. I'm gonna do 2 rows of this one. I'm trying to put 2 seeds anywhere I drop a seed. I can come back and thin them if they both happen to germinate. Or if only one germinates, then I'm covered. Alright. Now I will come in and do the purple top. I'm not covering those yet so I can see where that second row stopped. And these seeds look exactly the same, so this will be fun. 2, 2. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these packets right here and hopefully the wind doesn't blow them all over the yard. That way I can come back and add some labels so I'll know what the heck, you know, which variety I planted where. Okay, so for these two, I am just gonna kind of sprinkle some in my hand. Ooh, these seeds are fun. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just gonna kind of toss them. Do the same thing. I have lots of clover, so I'm gonna go ultra heavy with that. These are fun little seeds too. So I'm just taking a few and I'm just kind of tossing. If there's some that sprout too close together, I can thin them out. This is supposed to be a cover crop, so I'm not worried too much about spacing. And I just need to go do that other end, but I'm not going to torture you guys with filming that or my feet. Okay, well, all those seeds are planted. I did go ahead and come back and cover up the turnip seeds lightly with soil, and I went ahead and I put labels. Whew, there's my face. Went ahead and I put labels so that whenever they're growing, they start sprouting, I can remember which one is planted where. And I just use these little plastic ones written on with Sharpie. And I kind of went over the soil with my hands for the clover and the buckwheat as well. I am going to go ahead and get this moistened really good. But one more thing that I wanted to talk to you about before I let you guys go. That compost that I got. It is called Compost Ultra, and they have regular compost, but this one I got, one, it's a little bit finer, and two, it is OMRI certified, so it has gone through the testing and stuff. So I'm hoping that there won't be any issues with, like, you know, insecticides or any sort of carryover from anything like that. But it is fantastic. It's really light, it's really fluffy, it seems really rich. I saw a bunch of roly-polies just like immediately go hog wild. So I'm really excited to test growing crops in this. Once the buckwheat has lived its life and we cut it down, I'm going to come back in and plant garlic, and I already have a video for planting garlic, but I'm going to make a new one because this one is going to be planting in the ground, and my original video is planting in containers. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe, like this video, hit the notification bell, comment below if you are starting anything right now, even though it's still hot, for your fall garden. And whew, my arms are disgusting and I just wiped my face. So that was a poor move, Kirsty, poor move. That's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I will have links to the Texas Pure website in the description box below, so you can go check them out. If they are local to you, please, please, please give them a chance. I am already really liking what I'm seeing here, and you can tell that's some good stuff because look at all that buildup on my hands. It's gonna take some of my super soap to clean it, some of the coffee ground ones. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time.